I am so excited today. I am Shelly Zalis, the CEO of the Female Quotient, and I am joined by the most remarkable Jess Ling, Executive VP of Global Advertising at American Express. How do you balance instinct and insight to ensure relevance not only attracts but directly drives the moment of purchase?
That's the age-old funnel question that we think about a lot, and for me, every moment matters. Every moment that I can take any attention from the customer our way matters to us. And so we think about the funnel collapsing in every part of that journey. So whether it's a TV spot, we also have to think about what is that like on social? What is that like in search? What is the experience they're getting as they're researching products? Each one of those can be the beginning, middle, and end of that journey. And so for us, it's about how do you infuse emotional and rational into every touch point so that they're falling in love with your brand, but they're also getting help with the math. And you and I talk about that a lot, right? Don't ask the customer to do the math. So we really need to think about in every moment, am I giving them a reason to believe? And am I providing the value they need to actually make that decision?
So Jess, can you share a time that you faced adversity and how did you move forward?
You know, when I came to American Express 6 years ago, my role was really complex and it had a lot of operational parts to it that were, if you're coming in from the outside, harder to sort of know where you fit and how to lead. And so the adversity for me was, how do you build credibility with a team who are deep experts in something that you're new to? The most challenging part was how to meet their expectation. And their expectation was be engaged and appreciate what makes our jobs hard. You don't have to tell us how to do it. Just appreciate that we know how it works. And I thought that made all the difference to me.
How do you lead a team to aim high and deliver big while prioritizing well-being and boundaries?
For me, a lot of it comes down to how can you be as clear as possible about what's most important. And in that clarity, I think as a leader is those are some of the most generous acts of kindness, because when you're clear and you say these are the 5 things that matter, then they can draw their own boundaries, they can prioritize, they can find their balance, because they're not wondering when the other shoe's gonna drop or when that next fire drill will be. They know, when I wake up in the morning, what are the 5 things I need to think about? And that creates the space to think about all the other things they need. So for me, that's the clearest way, is help other people draw boundaries by being clear about what's important.
What's one thing marketers today should be talking about more but aren't yet?
For me, it's endurance. And it is really, there are a lot of marketers who are chasing culture. And I think you have to deeply understand who your brand is, how you can show up in a responsive and relevant way without losing yourself in the next moment. And so I think a lot of people think about the race in sprints, and it's an absolute marathon. And you don't build a brand that's lasted 175 years by just chasing what's next. You have to have a deep sense of self and then a very strong and foundational long view. I think we need to talk more about 5 to 10 years out.
I'm always thinking about how we use AI to work smarter, not harder. What does this mean to you and to your team?
How we infuse insights into the work, if we can do that in a more automated way, all the better. The other is, I've got teams of creative folks who want time to be creative. And so how do you think about leveraging AI to build capacity? And then I think the last thing is, I have a lot of really curious and intellectually sort of ambitious people. They need to understand what's ahead in terms of tech and automation. And so we think about AI from a development standpoint. How can they learn and understand the tools? How do we make them more productive? And then how do they continue to put customers in the center by using AI to get those insights faster and quicker?